Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, that's it. That's the spot. Give it to me. Give it to me. What? I'm just happy the NFL is back. Sickos. Get your minds out of the gutter. The 2018 NFL season is here. And depending on your team and their performance, you're either yay or boo. Duh, Bears. But anyways, week 1 is officially in the books. And I'm here to give you my recap as only I can. So let's kick this damn thing off. The defending champs were able to clip the wings of the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night to kick off the season, and it wasn't pretty, but the finish sure was a lot of fun, and it seemed like a familiar refrain. The Falcons driving late, deep in the Eagles' red zone, and Steve Sarkisian struck again. You had one job to do, just one! Take advantage of the Steelers and win. Now, you didn't lose, but you didn't win. Ties are meant to be worn around necks, not go in the freaking standings. They even had a chance to win it in overtime, and of course the skid marks struck again and shit the chance to win the game down their legs. You can't win them all, but if you're the Browns, it'd be nice to win one of them someday. It was great to see Andrew Luck in game action for the first time since 2016. 2016! And as much as Andrew Luck, Captain Luck, tried to rally the troops, it's like a new year, same old sorry-ass Colts. His team just didn't have enough luck to beat the Bengals. His supporting cast let him down again. Imagine that. You lost to the Bungles, for crying out loud. What a way to ruin a great story, which was Andrew Luck's return to the field. A game that seemed like it would never end. Lightning eventually struck down the Tennessee Titans. No, not Mariota's elbow. No, not Delaney Walker's leg. Not literally. Figuratively, you get the point. The game went on and on and on. And a team that made the playoffs last year couldn't wait to fire their head coach to bring in a new one, lost to the freaking Dolphins. Kirk Cousins has one question for Minnesota Vikings fans and 49ers fans alike. You like that? You like that? You like that, Jimmy G? And apparently for Jimmy G, a little too much time in the fake bullies, not enough time getting ready. And for all the Jimmy G ball washers out there, this performance in week 1 should have cooled your asses off a little bit. The Patriots Gronk spiked Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. And you're going to ask me, Deshaun Watson? Well, based off of week 1's performance, it most certainly doesn't look like he's legit ready for this year. I said it, Deshaun Watson. Is this overreaction? Absolutely. Does it matter? Absolutely not. The name sounds cool, so for now, I'm going with it. Oh, FITZMAGIC. Ryan Fitzpatrick, week 1's QB numero uno, sailed in to New Orleans with his merry band of Buccaneers, and they breezed right past the New Orleans Saints. You know who hates this result? Probably 20% of the damn country in survivor pools that probably pointed to this game as their absolute lock, stock, and barrel pick of the week. Week 1's crazy. And after 1 week, Ryan Fitzpatrick played like a damn MVP. OBJ is back. Yes! Saquon Barkley hits a long touchdown run. Yes! Yes! And it doesn't matter because the Giants didn't have enough to get past the Jacksonville Jaguars. But hey, based off of the returns from week 1, Odell looked good, and Saquon had a moment that gives Giants fans some hope for the future. Nathan Peterman got to start opening week in the NFL. Nathan Peterman got an opening game start in the NFL. If you ever wanted to make an argument about Joe Flacco being elite, by God, by comparison, this was the game to point to. We've reached the point of full retard here with Sean McDermott. He just couldn't quit. Nathan Peterman. What the hell is going on here? My dude, Patrick Mahomes, and his running mate, Tyreek Hill, tomahawked the hell out of the Chargers in week 1. Now, wait. Can I even say that? Never mind the fact that one team's named the Chiefs. Can I say tomahawked? Or am I going to get arrested by the PC police? Take me away. Even though Case Keenum threw a few picks, Von Miller still found a way to carry his team and body wash the Seahawks. You know, does that Old Spice body wash help your team show up? Because if it does, Von, can you send some to Chicago, please? And as far as the Seahawks go, it's only 1 week. But you did lose to the Broncos and a quarterback that threw a couple of interceptions. Not good. Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford. He made Alex Smith look like a god. Sam Bradford. Cardinals fans are going to want to bury him and his $15 million guaranteed in the desert after this performance. Fuck, Josh Rosen could have done that. If you're a Cowboys fan looking for positive signs from your offense in week number 1, well, you better look forward to week number 2 because the Panthers defense mauled Dak Prescott in that Cowboys passing game. If you're a Cowboys fan and you're asking yourself, should you wig out? Should you freak out? It may be a little early, but by God, soon enough, you're truly going to find out if Dak is that dude long-term or not. And the early returns aren't that promising. Told everybody, you gotta back the Mac. In the first half of his first game with the Chicago Bears, Khalil Mack was dominant. He was everywhere. Strip sacks, fumble recovery, interception, pick 6, touchdown. Khalil Mack was a difference, a force, a presence. The Bears, for Christ's sake, they knocked Aaron Rodgers out of the game. There I go, sitting there running my mouth on Twitter. No. I want Aaron Rodgers back in that game because I want no excuses for the ass whooping the Bears are about to deliver upon these cheeseheads. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. In the second half, the Bears got scared. Aaron Rodgers on one leg decided he wanted to go Paul Pierce GOAT mode with his dramatic comeback. And the Bears found out that Mitchell Trubisky might as well be called Mitchell Zoolander. Why, dare you ask? Because he can't turn left. It's bad enough the Bears once gave up a first-round pick for a quarterback in Rick Meyer who couldn't turn or throw left. Now it looks like the Bears have given up another first-round pick for a guy that can't turn left. He's Mitchell freaking Zoolander. And all we're seeing is blue steel. It's the same damn look, people. And all I got to hope for is that when he finally pulls out Magnum, that it will make time and space stop. Overreaction? Maybe. But maybe I'm just ahead of the curve here. And maybe there's more reason to freak out than some Bears fans want to believe right now. First throw, pick 6 be damned. Sam Darnold took his gang of green men into Detroit, and let's not kid ourselves. They basically sexually assaulted Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Matt Patricia looked scared, he looked overwhelmed, and it looks like he now understands what it's like to be the victim, and if you don't get the reference, or if you do, it bothers you or you don't, I don't care. Tell me that's not what it felt like. That was embarrassing for the Lions. Good God. Jared Goff and crew in the second half finally came to life, and Los Angeles rammed John Gruden in his return to an NFL sideline. After the game, John Gruden opines, we've got to find a pass rush. You think? I know exactly where you can find it. It's in Chicago, and his name's Khalil Mack, you moron. That's a look at the week that was. Now let's talk about some of the biggest winners and losers from week number 1. In terms of the winners, it's got a very quarterback-heavy feel here. I got to go with Andrew Luck first. After all the rehab, all the time away, all the questions, Luck came back on Sunday and looked about as good as you could possibly expect and had his team in a position late to win it. So Colts fans rejoice. You've still got Andrew Luck. Unfortunately, though, Colts fans, you still have a lot of the rest of that team, too. Ryan Fitzpatrick. FITZMAGIC struck like a hurricane in New Orleans. My Christ! Where's this Fitzpatrick been? Holy hell! Who saw this coming? Nobody. For him to go out there and perform like he did against a team like the Saints makes you wonder why the hell the Buccaneers would bring back Jameis Winston even after the suspension is done. I don't know why at this point. Do you? Sure, it'll happen, but why? And then, of course, you got to go with freaking GOAT mode Aaron Rodgers. Look, this bastard annoys me and pisses me off. And somebody pointed out on Twitter, that post-game interview, he looked all types of big. He was feeling no pain, no pain. But you've got to respect that son of a bitch. He went out there in the second half on one leg and destroyed a good Bears defense. And reminded myself and the Bears and every other Bears fan out there, once again, why we look at him and have no choice but to call him daddy. Those are the winners. Now let's talk about the losers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Absolutely no surprise to me that week 1 against an inferior opponent on the road like the Cleveland Browns, the Steelers were bad. They were bad. Big Ben was bad. The team in general was bad. How do you say they were bad? Because they went into Cleveland against the Browns and ended up in a tie. You can talk about Le'Veon Bell and the distraction and Le'Veon Bell and this and that. One guy, especially not a quarterback, shouldn't have made that much of a difference to the Steelers against the freaking Browns. Lo and behold, it did matter. New year, same old Steelers. Just can't beat the bad teams. I also look at rookie wide receivers in week number 1. I think we got a little bit spoiled back in 2014 with just how great and legendary and epic that receiving class was. The past few years, not so much. In 2018, yes, it's early, it's only week 1, but it does speak to the difficulties for some of these rookie wide receivers to acclimate to the NFL game and be trusted early on and be productive early on because there wasn't a whole lot of production coming out of them. And that's not necessarily their fault, but it does speak to sometimes why take a wide receiver so high when a lot of these guys don't contribute right away. And then you got to look at first-year head coaches. It wasn't just Matt Nagy who had a bad Sunday or a bad week 1. First-year head coaches, you got 7 of them in the league this year. All 7 of them lost their first games. Over. Not one of them sons of bitches found a way to win in week 1. That's crazy. To close out this week 1 recap with a segment I'll call each week the 2-minute thrill. 2 minutes or less, and I'm just going to flame out about something. And what I want to flame out about in week number 1 are these idiotic teams that choose not to start their first-round pick rookie quarterbacks right away. You look at Cleveland. You could say Tyrod Taylor led him to a tie. It still wasn't a win. How much worse could things really have been with Baker Mayfield? Especially with the college offense they freaking ran. I watched that whole game. They ran a college offense. You're going to do that, then play the rookie. Then you look at Buffalo. Nathan Peterman, are you fucking kidding me? Josh Allen could have done that, and at least Josh Allen would have got some on-field experience. You would have been able to see how he would have handled and adjusted to a poor performance in adversity. Or, God forbid, he would have been at least a little bit better because Nathan Peterman absolutely sucks. And then the Cardinals. I'm not a big Josh Rosen fan, but even I'll admit that Josh Rosen could have at least done that and certainly done better than what the hell the Cardinals got out of Suck Bradford in week number 1. This whole notion or logic that bad teams draft a quarterback high in round 1 and then it makes sense to sit him is completely and totally ridiculous, especially when you see the Jets roll into Detroit in week number 1 and they kick the shit out of the Lions. Sure, Sam Darnold wasn't epic, but he looked solid, and solid is something, especially for the Jets. Think about the confidence that Sam Darnold has now because he was able to start a game, week 1, threw a pick six his first pass, came back, and helped lead his team to victory. And now these other teams are going to do the eventual thing of starting the damn rookie anyways. Why the hell not start him from week 1? The evidence in recent history indicates sitting them is dumb. If they're good enough that you take them that high, then you play their asses right away. Period.